Apologies. But okay, no, that's something later on. No, I moved this segment down and I fucked it up. So for whatever reason, they cut the film down to 88 minutes.
Right.
From the
they just didn't like the 12
the home video. There's 12. Roughly 12 minutes was cut, and that footage has not technically been available.
Like seen the light of day.
It kind of has.
Okay.
Kind of, but it's hard to tell if this is the footage that they cut out,
or if this was just other footage that was already on the floor.
Yeah, because if you go to YouTube, you can find work print footage, which is about 17 minutes of edited cut footage. Now, I don't know
if that 12 could be in that
12
17.
Could be in that, but
some of the 12 could be in it.
It's also alternate takes and things like that, but I don't know what is part of it, because there's one scene that I will get to in a little bit that is one of my favorite things in the world, and I really wish they kept it in there, but I don't know if they did, because nobody talked about it. But the German version of the movie, while cut down from the 100-minute version, also featured many scenes that were removed from the home video version. Those are on that work print cut. But here's a list of the scenes that I found. A scene in the very beginning, this is what fucked up my thing, because I actually had this written in that spot, and I forgot to take it out, so that's what it was. My notes were all fucked up. A scene in the beginning where Maggie's mother brings her a cake for her birthday and criticizes her life choices for working at the shelter. This way she doesn't randomly show up in, like, the end of the movie. That one scene where she goes and, like, finds her adoption papers, and her mother just randomly shows up, and you're like, oh, wait, her mother's still alive? Like, what's going on? And she looks exactly like the fucking woman who was working at the orphanage.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I thought it was the same person, and she was just calling her mother because she was, and at the orphanage, so you called her mother. Didn't occur to me until much, much, much later on, like, oh, that's a different person, because they look so similar. Now the pages are sticking together. Wow, this is going well. An extended moment in which Maggie's first meeting with Doc, where they reference the use of the 3D glasses in the dreams. We'll get there. No one's happy about that, alright? So, just bear with me.
I love that you just feel... At this point in time, you sound like a defense lawyer.
Oh, no. I'm saying it's stupid. I'm just saying we'll get to the complaints, because I have more. Because no one's happy about the 3D. Myself included. It's terrible. However, there is a moment that came from it that's in the work print that is my favorite thing in the whole movie now. Because I don't think I ever saw the work print footage until now. For some reason, it never occurred to me to look it up.
Well, why?
Why would I? Because it's my favorite movie, and I'd want to see the cut footage. I don't know why the hell I haven't, but it has now my favorite scene in the whole movie that's not in the movie. An odd moment which shows John Doe staring at a light bulb that shatters. Then cuts to Doc training Tracy, and she kicks him because he's distracted by another light bulb. Kind of like the force binding them together, and then he shakes it off. Cut back to John, and the light bulb is whole again, and he laughs. I don't know what that means. That's a good cut. However, that's in the fucking German video, because you can tell with the work print footage, like it is straight off of a shitty VHS, but occasionally they'll cut to something that looks clear.
That we thought that it was impressionistic.
I guess. I don't really know.
It's art.
The next scene, Doc training Tracy, where he mentions entering other people's dreams. So he actually explains that he did train her to do this. So when she does it later on, and it's out of nowhere, you're just like, but wait, wasn't it a big deal when Kristen could do it? They actually kind of try to explain it.
Doesn't she mention in that scene that
she
Doc
does.
teaches, like, I tried to tell you that Doc teaches.
She does, but it's so fucking random that, like, first of all, that he can enter a dream, which makes no fucking sense.
Well, yeah, it's never explained how he can do it.
But she just sort of goes, Doc told me a different way. And you're like, but when did this happen? Wait, what? Huh? And then all of a sudden she can do it, and it's like, ha ha ha. And then she's perfectly happy with the fact that after he's already hit her, she shows up in the dreams like, well, we're good buddies. And I'm like, wow, she forgives easily. Weird scene altogether. An extended version of John's asylum dream. When he looks at each corner of the room, because basically we see the one scene where he's in he sees like the padded room, and he's in the straitjacket and bleeding, and he just looks up, free me, you idiot, I'm your fucking memories. In the original cut, he looks at every corner of the room, and it has something different in it. He sees different versions of him trapped, like one to an electric chair, one in like a fucking, like a Hannibal Lecter type thing, and one has Freddy that just says, this is your wake-up call, sonny boy, with an alarm clock that's going off. An extended version of the Belle scene at the fair, which shows Tom Arnold's character...
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah, going up to John Doe saying, "You said you were going to get out, but you brung back more." Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why he was Southern.
Well, Tom Arnold made a choice. Tom Arnold's a fucking weirdo.
I'm gonna be Southern. This is Springwood,
Yeah.
Illinois?
Ohio.
Ohio? Not Springwood, Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Although I think Ohio, I don't know.
Ohio is not
state.
Southern.
No.
Ohio is Midwest.
Okay. Well, there's an accent. It's just not that one.
No, every state has their own accent.
It's just not that one.
It's definitely not this.
It's not that one.
No. Another scene where Freddy's absorbing Carlos like the others, which they should have kept in. I don't know why they didn't, because it really does seem out of nowhere that, like, all of a sudden he absorbs Spencer, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, why didn't he do that with the other guy? So, I would have liked that
Weird
as well.
cuts.
Very strange. The scene, this is another one that I really thought they should have kept. A scene where Maggie was searching for Carlos, and she finds the time where, if you remember in the flick when she comes out and sees the water tower at night when she's searching for Carlos, where she comes out of is a hidden door that she found in the basement, because she was in the basement and all of a sudden she's out the cellar. There's a hidden door, because you do see it in one of her dreams when she's the little girl. She finds the door to Freddy's kill room. She finds it, and then she comes out. So she finds the kill room again in the hidden door, and just like, oh my god, I'm home. You know, that's where it sort of sparks in her head first. She finds the kill room in that scene. She does not in this version. I guess they felt they didn't need it. An extended scene where Maggie and Tracy are in the van back at the shelter after everything's done, and they go over their story of what they're going to tell her boss, because how do you explain this shit? And like I said, my favorite fucking moment of the movie now is, you know, the scene where she puts on the fucking 3D glasses, which is literally a sign for everybody in the theater to put on their glasses. I guess they didn't know, and it is true, because people didn't realize what the hell was going on. She just literally, at one point in time, when the original cut, and it does cut, the original cut is her bringing up the glasses, turning to the camera and going, "Now!" and then putting the glasses on. That is the greatest fucking scene I have ever seen in my life. Like, wow, that is so horrible.
You talking to me?
Yeah. If the 3D wasn't bad enough, we're going to break the fourth wall
Lisa
now.
Zane, you talking to me? I don't see anybody else. You must be talking to me.
I mean, I'd like Lisa Zane to talk to me. You know. That's
Your brother was the bomb in Phantom, yo!
No, I would tell him his sister was the bomb and Freddy's dead. Fuck that. I ain't quoting Jay and Silent Bob here, man. No way.
Oh, 3D
I know
mid-90s.
I know Billy Zane because
90s.
he's related to Lisa Zane. Most people are the other way around. Fuck that shit. Lisa Zane's been in, like, 2 movies I've seen, but that's cool. And a TV series. She did
Billy
not.
Zane was only in one of the biggest movies of all time. No one...
Yeah, he was not good in it, though. He was really
whatever.
not.
Quality's whatever. He was physically in one of the biggest movies of all time.
Agreed, but...
Because guess what? This is her best movie, and it's not that great either.
Is it? I don't know. I don't know her career.
So there you go.
But I'm just wondering, because there might have been something that was bigger where she played, like, another bit part, but we don't know. I really don't know. As with all of the Nightmare films, so we're done with the scenes, the movie was very rushed and pressured to come in under budget. Director Rachel Taylor got sick toward the end of the filming schedule. They couldn't delay production to wait for her recovery, so producer Aaron Warner actually directed the last several hours of filming of the movie, including the final scene between Freddy and John Doe. In that scene, John, who's supposed to be 17, had to be shirtless, and he had a lot of chest hair. So, they took him to the trailer and waxed his chest. He claimed he smoked 2 packs of cigarettes that day. Just getting his shit waxed.
Yeah, I'm 17, what of it?
Well, welcome to the 90s. That's what they did.
Yeah, nobody in this movie's a teenager.
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little. I'm fairly certain Lisa Zane is probably close to age to all the other fucking children in the movie, so I don't
Yeah, and she's supposed to be, like, the adult.
Yeah. I don't buy that for a second. So Johnny Depp's cameo
Spoilers.
yeah, because it ruins the movie, really. Was a favor to Rachel Taylor after producing Crybaby, which he stars in. His only request was that he be credited as Oprah Noodle Mantra, and he actually is. If you look at the credits and it says guy on TV, Oprah Noodle Mantra. Johnny Depp is a fucking weird dude.
Yeah. He's a strange fella.
He really is.
No wonder him and Tim Burton are like that.
like fucking thick as thieves. Alice Cooper's cameo happened because the producers reached out to him. And since he was a fan, he said, I'll do it as long as I don't have to be Alice Cooper. So when they said, you're going to be Freddy's dad, he immediately said yes. So, Mr. and Mrs. Arnold, which is how they're credited.
They are credited as.
Got into the part because they asked. They're both fans. And they're just like, oh, you're making the final one? Can we be in it? And they're like, well, we're throwing a ton of cameos in it. And they were the hottest couple at the time. So, yeah.
For better or worse.
Yeah. And apparently, all they did was fuck in their trailer. So, they were just fucking in their trailer, and then they'd come out and they did their job, and then they went back and fucked in their trailer.
Oh.
No one wants to see that, but apparently
you want a horror movie?
Yeah, that's something I don't want to see. Let's just move on. So the last 10 minutes of this film are in 3D. The effect was eliminated for the VHS and television release.
It's so weird.
With the exception of the UK and French rental version and the US Laserdisc version. The DVD box set in 1999 reinstated the 3D effect and included 2 pairs of 3D glasses, which I still have.
Okay. Because, like, it's just so weird because they're, like, pointing things at the screen and, like...
Yeah.
You can see where you're supposed to put the glasses on if you were
Rachel
back in the
gets
day.
to that right now, actually. So Rachel felt quite limited by being made to use the 3D effect, saying, I wanted this really intricate special effects laden shots for his death, but it ended up being, let's shove baseball bats and things at the camera. Because when they say you're going to do 3D, she has to comply. So this is what it ended up coming down to.
It became very much SCTV, where they just like, ooh.
A lot of it really did. It's so cheesy. During post-production, they weren't even sure the effect was actually going to even work.
Oh, God.
They spent hours staring at footage day after day, getting migraines.
Slowly going insane.
Yeah. She lamented, after all that, the home video releases don't even have the 3D, so what the
hell
was the fucking point?
I went crazy for nothing?
Mm-hmm. Overall, she's not happy with how she killed Freddy, and with his own glove, no less. But she is proud of showing his backstory. So she's like, I'm glad I did that, but seriously, the 3D effect fucked up, and killing him that way didn't work because we had to fucking play into the 3D effect. So, boo. Bob Shea admits that by the end of the formal series, namely 5 and 6, that they were probably running out of ideas.
No shit.
However, he is proud of what Rachel did, even the 3D, although in the interview he literally said, well, it kinda worked. If that motherfucker backpedaled any further, he'd have flown right through the wall.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, that was bad. Innovation Comics published a 3-issue comic adaptation of the film. An alternate version of the 3rd issue was published in 3D to recreate the effect used in the film. Yes, I have that. That's hanging on my wall. Innovation followed the adaptation with a Nightmare on Elm Street: The Beginning, which served as a direct sequel to Freddy's Dead. In the sequel, Maggie Burroughs, with Tracy, goes back to Springwood to research Freddy's life leading up to his death at the hands of the Springwood parents. Only the first 2 issues of the series were ever released before Innovation Comics declared bankruptcy. The 3rd issue went unpublished, and the story remains incomplete. Series writer Andy Mangels made the original script for the 3rd issue available on his website.
Okay.
He also wrote the book, I want to say Nightmares and Dreamscapes, I think, the films of Wes Craven. I'm not 100% sure. One of the books involved with Wes Craven, Screams and Nightmares, my apologies. That was the one he wrote. There was at the time of its release, there was a funeral held for Freddy in California the day of the release of the movie. Attendees were the press and old cast members of the franchise. On September 12th, 1991, a day before the U.S. release of the movie, Los Angeles declared it Freddy Krueger Day. So, yeah.
There you go.
September.
Did he show up? I guess he couldn't because Freddy.
He did. Freddy showed up.
Okay, because it was like, but Freddy's dead. But
Freddy wasn't dead yet. Freddy
dead.
died on the 13th. He did not die on the 12th. The funeral was held on the 13th. He showed up on the 12th. And yes, every year on September 12th, I do celebrate Freddy Krueger Day. In case you're
Well,
wondering.
good for Robert Englund though. He shows up like
Oh yeah,
and then
he gets
like,
he gets his moment.